Council, will you lead us?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Good job. All right, non-public and public meeting minutes of May 7th.
Make a motion to approve the non-public and public meeting minutes of May 7th, 2026.
Motion by Scott Sanskrin. Is there a second by John? Any questions, comments on the minutes? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed, abstentions, that's 4-0.
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda for May 21st, 2026. Accounts payable payment manifest dated 5/14/26. Accounts payable payment manifest dated 5/21/26. Payroll payment manifest dated 5/21/26. 2026 MS 232 report of appropriations actually voted. Current use application for map lot number 206-007 to be applied in 2027. Denial of charitable exemption for Upwards Bound Youth Development LLC for map lot number 224-024, 224-025, and 224-026. Administrative abatement for map lot number 114-182 in the amount of $9,079.08. Removal of veterans credit from map lot number 109-040 as it no longer qualifies. Appointment of Mark Schaffner to the Downtown Decorating Committee for a 3-year term. Approval of Q2 water penalties in the amount of $1,660 effective May 5th, 2026. May 7th, 2026. Approval of Q2 sewer penalties in the amount of $50 effective May 7th, 2026.
Is there a second?
A second.
Thank you. Is there any discussion on any items?
I just want to point out, I didn't have Mr. Schaffner come in. He's pretty much just going to be driving for his significant other when he will get trained on the UTV.
Okay.
So we just appointed him to the committee.
Great.
And then there is another, I'm going to start doing these in your meetings. There's a small document in there that explains which ones are ratified votes, which ones are, and key points on the manifest in case
Okay.
you haven't had a chance to see it.
Thank you. I will be abstaining from the consent agenda vote as I did some work for one of the applications as owners of one of the applications that's on there. All right, any other comments or questions?
No.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, and one abstention.
You want to seal the minutes from, so I make a motion to seal the non-public minutes because it's determined that the development's dissipation likely would affect adversely the reputation of any person other than a member of this board.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by John, second by Scott. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. All right.
PD.
I put the PD first because he
Yep.
has to be out of here.
Yep.
So, because normally we would have Katie or go, but first. So, first thing on the agenda for Chris is a PO, and it's in your packets under number 4, and I'll let Chris explain it.
So this is a purchase order for the cruiser for this year. We want to get it purchased now. It has been taking 6 to 8 months to get it outfitted. So our cruiser last year, I think went into service the end of December, maybe even into January. So this is a purchase order for the new cruiser. It's a Explorer, just like we have now. The one that I want to go forward with is out of McGovern HQ in Mass. It's who we've been using now for since COVID. They keep cruisers on the lot, so for the most part we can get it pretty quick. They won't start outfitting anything until we have taken ownership, and then from that point on it goes the 6 to 8 months from there. It looks like I sent the other 2 quotes, which was New Car in Hillsborough, both of which need to order cruisers, which takes up to 6 months probably anyways. Those 2, New Car looks like it's significantly cheaper, however it's not. They don't paint the doors. The McGovern price is with the doors painted white, so it includes the painting. New Car does not, and their quote is going to be anywhere from $2,500 to $3,500 depending on where they go with it. We've ordered a cruiser from them prior to COVID. That cruiser is nothing but a disaster. They ordered it completely wrong. It's not keyed properly. We had to wrap it, and we're on a second wrap on it, which they paid for, but that wrap is not good either. So they look cheaper. In the end, it's going to be about the same price, but we've had major problems with them. McGovern has been great, and we're not a huge person for them because they're dealing with Massachusetts and all over, but because we have bought cars from them, we have gotten some priority from them now, where something on the lot that might have been going to another town, they bumped it up to give it to us. So that is why we would like to go with them. At times they have delivered it for us directly to the outfitter, which has been handy for us too.
Yeah.
So the drive down there, we have had to pick them up in the past too, but if they are able to, they will deliver it for us.
This PO is just for the vehicle, it's not for the upfitting.
Right.
Once Chris gets a number for that, we'll bring that back.
I did it last year, I did it all, but by the time, everything's gonna change,
Yeah.
so.
All right.
Do we have a rough number for the whole, and is it all of it coming out of the?
Yeah. That's, for the
For the
whole.
whole, yeah.
We got an estimate, and I actually meant to include it in there. It's roughly $20,000 for the
That's what
outfit.
Roughly what it usually is
Yeah.
roughly, yeah.
Yeah.
So basically it's a $67,000 vehicle, right?
Yeah, there's other things that we need to buy too that we buy directly. That's not part of the outfitting, which is a cell phone booster. There's some computer equipment that comes out of the computer stuff. That being said, Christina doesn't know about it yet, but we might be able to get a grant, which might be able to pay for 80% of that coming out of her computer line item.
I like that better.
We're just making sure that it's all gonna be able to be done. So that's our goal, but there are some other things individually that will be like,
I don't remember the total.
Their MDT and their docking station is roughly $4,000. And it
All right,
comes out
so
of
let's
the
just call it
computer budget
70,000
probably.
just for
Yeah.
argument's sake, right? So if we say it's $70,000, right? So,
Yeah, that
is
is,
there 70,000 in the CIP line for the police? That's
no,
what-
we were putting 70,000 in was the vote, if I remember correctly.
I think we bumped up to
I think we bumped
80,000
it up to 80.
because we
kept
need to replace
depleting.
radios.
Well, we kept depleting
Alright.
that
And
completely.
our radios,
I'm good, I'm just trying to figure out
Yeah.
where.
yeah, it'll be right about there.
Yeah, we did
Sorry.
bump it up to 80, you are correct.
Our radios, well, that was gonna be part of my next thing.
Go ahead.
No,
No, let's take care of this. Yeah. So is there a motion for the purchase order?
I'll make a motion to approve purchase order 4225 in the amount of $47,232.
I'll second.
Motion by Scott, second by John. Any further discussion on the purchase of the
Should we authorize Christina to
Christine, yeah,
sign?
we should.
And to authorize the town administrator to sign.
Thank you.
I have a question.
Second.
Yes.
Am I allowed to ask a question?
Generally, no, but go ahead.
What is wrapping the vehicle?
Instead of painting it, it's like a big sticker.
It's a film.
So, new car ordered our car white, and we were supposed to order it black that year. So, we have got one car that all black is a wrap. The whole front of the car is a completely different color black because of the heat from the motor and the sun has faded it. We brought it back to them in a fight back and forth. They finally paid to rewrap it. We went with an actually really good company, but it's done the same exact thing again.
Yeah.
But that car's getting pretty close to.
Yeah.
So then, my only other question for you, Chris, is which one is this replacing?
This one replaces, I believe it's car 2, I don't know which year it would be. By the time we were replacing, like this last year, our oldest car wasn't even being used anymore. It was moved over to the range, which we're gonna do training.
I noticed that.
Yeah, we're gonna do.
Driving around one day.
Yeah.
I meant to ask you.
We're using it as training of, with our yearly firearms, of exiting the vehicle or anything. That way if something's damaged, it's not gonna back, it's gonna go to Steen's. Steen's gonna come over, pick it up, and crush it afterwards anyways.
Okay.
By the time they are done, we used to trade them in. McGovern's won't even take them as a trade-in anymore. We were getting $1,000 to $1,500, and we were literally pushing them into the.
All right, any other questions?
Car 2 is the 2019, just so you know.
All
I
right.
think it's that. I'm pretty sure it's that car. That's
Well, look. Oh yeah, this might not be updated. This is the K9 car, so never mind, it's not updated.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the oldest car now,
Okay.
the one he's replacing.
Okay.
There was one year we switched years because one car was in patrol longer, so it made sense to keep an older car because that was in better shape.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
All right, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, abstentions, that's 4-0.
So Chris is also here for police department updates. This is one of the regularly scheduled
Yep.
meetings, so you
I
also.
left my
have
notes in
something.
my cruiser and took my truck, so. So for this year, our stats to today's date compared to last year, we're up 600 and something calls. It was roughly a 12.46% increase for calls for service.
600 calls over what time frame?
From January to today.
Okay.
Compared to
So
January.
year to date.
Yeah, compared to 2025. We've been quite a bit busier with bigger investigations stuff. For our canine calls, especially as of lately, we've been getting called out quite a bit. We've had 7 tracks with her this year, which compared to probably about 2 to 3 in the past, which have all been successful tracks. He's gone out on training tracks 47 times while working. That doesn't include his training that he does every other week. But she's phenomenal. She's in the process right now of actually becoming a dual dog, which hounds, it's unheard of. She's going to be able to find articles now. So if you threw your keys over there, you could set her out and find it. Hounds usually are just a tracking dog. Mike was adamant that she was good enough that she would be able to do articles. The trainer wouldn't let him do it until he proved to the trainer that she was going to be able to. It's believed she will be the first hound to ever do it, at least in the state of New Hampshire. She would be certified in it, however, you have to have obedience as well, and she's not very good at that, which hounds are historical.
She's a diva.
Yeah.
Not gonna touch that, not touching that.
Mike isn't very upset about it because he would definitely be certified in it, but she will, if you let her off on a leash, she's not gonna do what you tell her to do.
In the discussion, I mean, the info folder, under number 12, there's some Facebook posts if you didn't see
Yeah.
them, about
No,
the
so maybe we-
successful
Yeah.
searches she's done.
We actually did it, and I didn't know they posted it until she sent it to me today, but last night, there was a clip on, I think it was 101.5. They did an interview with Mike, which we knew that they did the interview,
Oh, that's
but she sent it to me in an email saying this was on the radio last night,
Yeah,
which would have been kind of cool to try and advertise that better, but
right.
they just called him, did an interview with him.
Maybe it's on their website, we can pull it.
Yeah, she sent me the audio clips. I was gonna ask her if we were able to
Post.
post it, or if they had a link directly to their website
Yeah.
to post.
Great.
But yeah, she's great, and we've got an autistic child who keeps running away, and unfortunately lives right off of 104. So has successfully
I
tracked
ran
her.
into him one day on the way home.
Yeah, it's a tough situation for us.
Yeah.
She tracked one of our Alzheimer's people
Yeah.
as well once,
Wow.
so.
Okay, and you mentioned about the radios.
So, Franklin Dispatch is doing a huge radio update that's been going on for 5+ years now, that we've had to make changes to our system unexpectedly. The town has had to pay for. We've fixed all of those things. Radios were still a major problem, so we've been fighting with the company. It's kind of up and running. They came yesterday to reprogram all of our radios, and one of our radios is so old that it wasn't able to be reprogrammed because of the software. They're coming back later. They're trying to do some updates to it, but we did know that we were getting to that point with a bunch of our radios that parts are no longer there. So I talked to you guys about replacing radios for this next coming year, and we have the company looking into the lease program that we recommended. It's not going to be the same as the fire because 2 different companies, but they are reaching out to different programs, which we haven't gotten the answer to that yet, but we will. But that is continuing to be kind of a priority for us.
Okay.
Right now, we're still having problems with radio. They're claiming that our radios are too old, and that's what the issue is. That there's more than just.
Even after the tower being.
Yeah, there's more that needs to be worked out.
When you say they, do you mean Franklin or do you mean the radio people?
The radio people,
Yeah.
they're saying that our antennas must be bad and all
Yeah.
sorts of things, and that very well could be on one radio, but not
No.
all of them. So we're working on that. We knew it was going to be, we were going to need to adjust things when it comes to radios. So we are in the process of that. We will be replacing a radio with this cruiser, so that's where that extra money was going to end up coming from. And then we'll be trying to replace all of them come next year.
What you mentioned what's the lion's share of the increased calls? What's your most active call?
I didn't pull those numbers, so I would have to pull to get an exact thing. When it comes to major investigations, we are definitely at a pretty good increase on sexual assaults and some drug stuff right now. Some of the drug stuff would be more proactive. Detective Schaffner's doing a lot of work. We're working with Franklin detectives where we've gone down there to help them out. They've come up here and helped us out. And because of both of that, there's a good amount of proactive stuff coming from that.
Yeah.
I would assume based on our calls day to day that our alarms are probably up right now. Majority of that is all false stuff though.
Yeah.
However, that's something that has definitely been an increase. Our motor vehicle activity is probably at a little bit higher. We've got a couple of officers now that are big into that. So I would say that 50 to 100 of those calls would probably be motor vehicle.
Okay.
Motor vehicle.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, because it seems like it's based on, if you're at 600 calls by the middle of May, you're tracking to be around 1,250 or so calls for the year.
Yeah.
So,
In the
so
summer-
year on year, does that make it?
It might be higher though, because the summer. will
We're
be
coming to our
bigger.
busy time
Yeah,
now.
busy
Okay.
time,
Yeah.
yeah.
So what's the annual rate, around 1,400 or so?
An increase? Yeah.
Well,
No,
Just total.
every year is so different. You could have a year,
No, they were up 600 calls.
yeah, up.
Oh, up 600.
Up 600.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
So our total calls to date it was right around the 4,500,
Thank you for my
4,600. Yeah. Now we're coming into the busier season. It was right around the 4,600 calls that we're at.
Okay, all right.
Year to date. Up total 600 something.
Okay, I got you. Okay. All right, sweet.
All right.
Cool. Thanks,
Anything
Jim.
else, Chris? I should
I
see.
think there was something else, but nothing important.
All right. All
All
right.
right.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thanks, Chief. Have a good night.
Have fun.
Yeah, drive safe tomorrow.
Thank you.
All right. Commissioner Hedberg.
My apologies, I called you counselor, I should have said.
That's all right.
Welcome.
Thank you, and thank you for inviting me. So I'm Katie Wood Hedberg, I'm the District 3 County Commissioner. I wrote up a few notes and I'll talk about the things that I thought you might want to hear, but if you want to hear about something different, we'll switch. And I'll try and be brief. The questions I've been getting most are about the county budget, the farm, the courthouse, the sheriff, and EMS. And if those are topics that interest you, I'm just going to go right into it.
Please.
So first of all, the budget. We are just getting towards the end of our budget season. You may know that the commissioners, the 3 commissioners, come up with a budget, but then it needs to get approved by the entire county delegation, which is all the state representatives. So the commissioners have done a budget, and I brought some copies of the PowerPoint. We had a public hearing, but no one came to it the other night, which was unusual.
Wow.
So if people wanted to see that, but starting on June 1st, then we meet with the executive committee of the delegation, and towards the end of June, the delegation votes on it. I'm sure you, like we did, and like Plymouth where I live, had a tough budget season. So our first budget was really terrifying. It was a total budget of about $63.5 million, which was a 10.28 increase overall, with the amount raised by taxes at about $36.3 million, and that was up 19.25%, so certainly untenable. With the hard work of all our departments, we were able to reduce the total budget by about $3 million, and the amount to be raised by taxes down to $3.1 million, which is an 8.78% increase, but still way better than close to 20%. As you know, each town won't see that 8.78%. The DRA has to do their whole revaluation, and some towns may have a higher increase, some may have a lower increase or even a decrease. The major drivers of the increase were additional staff, rising health insurance costs, and overall inflation.
Where were the staff in?
I'm getting to that.
Okay, cool.
So specific are, we had voted for a 3.03% COLA for staff that had been negotiated. We have 2 unions. It had been negotiated with the union for our nursing home, and so we offered that to the rest of the staff. It's based on a rolling 10-year CPI average. Our health insurance, which we currently have through Health Trust, they were offering us a whopping average of about 23% increase. So we were able to change carriers. We got a premium credit for the first year. and increased what the employees need to contribute, so that is a 7.92% increase, better than 23%. So where we added staff, the Department of Corrections, we added 2 full-time nursing positions, and that was due to an increase in population at the Department of Corrections and a surge in medical needs for the inmates. We are way over budget for medical costs. If someone's in the jail, insurance, Medicaid, Medicare do not pay for any of their health costs. So if someone needs to go to the emergency room or is admitted to the hospital, it comes out of the Department of Corrections budget. With the addition of 2 nurses, so that gives 24-hour coverage. In the first few weeks, they were able to save what they thought of about 3 emergency room visits. The inmates are older, they have significant health issues, and the drugs that are being used are way more dangerous and causing way more issues. So that's where 2 of the positions were. The nursing home has an increased census, and so that calls for more nursing staff and more associated costs. Also with the nursing home, the state has decreased the Medicaid rate, and the majority of our patients are New Hampshire Medicaid. They've decreased the rate, so that impacts our revenue. And the other huge driver is utility rates have skyrocketed. Some of them were several-year contracts that came up to be redone. Our trash removal went up by 66%. Electricity is up 15%, water up 10%, and sewer 22%. So overall, being a commissioner, and I had been on the school board for 12 years, overall, if I had looked at an 8.78 increase, I'd say hold on, and actually I'm quite proud that it's only an 8.78% increase. Any questions on the budget?
So, forgive me, because I
Yeah.
don't know a lot about the county
Yeah.
budget. So the county budget covers, well, obviously, the correctional services, the courthouse. What other things, like sort of, when you look at the county budget, what percentage is the courthouse and corrections versus other services?
So that's revenue. So this is, I'll just give you the 6. The nursing home is our biggest revenue and our biggest expense.
Yeah.
And then the Department of Corrections.
So the nursing home is 26 million.
Yeah.
I'll take
Christina, do you want one?
Oh, sure, yeah, one, thank you.
And I have one extra that I could share, but I might need that for data.
And this is just the nursing home. So is it one nursing home or multiple?
It's one nursing home.
And all of Grafton County?
It is, yeah, well, it's the only one that's run by the county. There are other private nursing homes.
Yeah.
But it's the county nursing home.
Yeah, each county has,
Each county has one?
Yeah.
Comas has 2 somehow, but I don't exactly know how that works.
just because of size.
But
So you got the registry of deeds, you've got probate court,
Yep.
the superior court, it's run by the county. Grafton has a county farm, which isn't a huge part of the.
the courts are actually not paid for, that we house them, but we
Yeah.
don't have to pay for
Okay.
them. But we have the Department of Corrections, we have a nursing home, we have the farm, again, the Register of Deeds, the sheriff, the county attorney,
Yeah.
we have an alternative sentencing, and we have 200 and some acres of land that we manage.
Yeah.
Quite well, actually.
What's the maintenance line in the pie graph?
So that they,
Like building maintenance or something?
our maintenance, we don't divide it out per,
Oh, you don't divide it?
we don't divide it to the nursing home or,
Oh,
you know, So it's the care of all the buildings and,
I see, which is why you have an infotech line of 1.3, yeah, 1.2 million.
right,
Okay, so that's
Kind of like-
infotech for everything in the county.
Kind of like our general government budget.
Yeah, okay. All right.
and the county cap, which you see is 12%, that is money, that we, so it's very confusing, but, New Hampshire, Medicaid, is the biggest payer source of nursing homes. And New Hampshire, a number of years ago, it's a federal and a state program. And New Hampshire requires the counties to pay the state Medicaid portion for elderly and people with disabilities. So that county cap, there's a certain amount that the counties have to pay. If it goes over that, the state will pay some. It's supposed to only go up 2% a year. Last year, the legislature changed it, so for this biennium, last year and this year, it will go up 3%.
Still a pretty good amount of money.
It's a huge, it's a huge amount of money.
Right.
And especially because Medicaid, when we get paid for Medicaid, only pays for about 2/3 of what it costs to have a person in the nursing home.
It sort of speaks to your budget, and I don't want to go down a rabbit hole, I don't want to just.
He doesn't want to do what I do.
Yeah, I don't want to,
And feel free to call me, and we can meet, because I'll go through all this, I get in the weeds too.
on the budget side of things, you mentioned the state decreasing the Medicaid payments. Obviously, that is just another thing that they've kicked down to local
Right.
communities for whatever reason. What's a real hardship on the towns, and I know you can't do anything about it, but the idea that we have to pay you everything at once in December is crippling to towns who don't have that tax revenue in yet
Sure.
from the December billing. So I would like you to take that back to your delegation
Yep.
and say that, you heard from the town of Bristol is the worst thing in the world.
Because it's December 15th, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so it basically forces us almost into borrowing to be able to make that payment.
So, and I can understand that, because the county, we don't get any revenue till that December.
right.
And we are borrowing money.
I would think it'd
We
be better for you
borrow money. Yeah, we
and for
borrow
us to be able to
to spread it out, because we have to
monthly or
borrow
quarterly
money.
or
Um,
whatever.
I think
Yeah.
last year it was September, but we think this year it may need to be sooner to borrow money until we can get
But
that
the whole
tax.
point is everybody in New Hampshire knows, we pay taxes twice a year.
No, so there are
For
different.
for
We
property
do,
taxes,
but
yes.
other people can pay quarterly, other towns
Okay.
pay annually,
Yeah.
it varies
Yeah.
throughout the state.
I guess my
So,
point
sorry.
is if we can align to when we actually receive the revenue, which right now is still twice a year for us.
For us,
Yes.
but other cities and towns, it varies.
Right. So I will bring that back, and I don't think I have any control over
No,
it. but
no,
I'm
'cause
always-
it's
I'm
actually
always
by
good-
law.
I'm always good
It's-
at bringing
Yeah, yeah,
things
It's
back.
weird,
So,
yeah.
This is what is it, December 15th, right?
It's somewhere in
No,
there.
just, it can change,
Yeah.
but I think this past year was December 19th.
Yeah.
We drive it up the day of. So,
Because it was what was it, 1.1 million?
Pretty much, yeah, it's
yeah,
$1 million payment.
we had to take a tan to pay it, yep.
yeah, so I understand that, because we
Yeah.
also have to do that. So any other questions on the budget? Okay, the farm, Grafton County is the last New Hampshire county that has a working dairy farm. For years, there have been discussions on how long they will have it. Discussions are ongoing as to the long-term viability. But it does bring in revenue, primarily for the sale of milk. It also gives a place for the inmates to work. And it's really a source of pride for many people in the North Country. And the issue is if we close the farm, we will still have the expenses associated with the building. So we're trying to figure out that balance. We also have a prize-winning herd of dairy cows. And there's really a wonderful little video from the American Holstein Association on our farm and what they've done and the breeding and whatnot. So it's really a wonderful little farm, but where do we go? So it's ongoing discussions.
Where is it?
It's right at the complex. It's we're all together. When we are sitting, in North Haverhill. Yeah, so when we're sitting at our commissioner meetings, we can look out the window at the farm.
When you
And
open the window, you can.
you don't have to open the window to know that it's spring at the farm. The next thing I'm going to talk about is the courthouse. We have a courthouse, and you may know that we've wanted to build a new one. The current courthouse was built in the early 70s, so you think that, oh, that's not that old, but there's many things that are original and can't be fixed without a complete overhaul. I think it was 2019 that a first study was done on how to do the renovations, and that team came back and said it would be more cost efficient to build a new building than try and retrofit, because everyone would have to leave the building. So there's many original mechanicals, and there's significant asbestos throughout the building. Before I was elected in '24, so the previous board approved ARPA money to pay for a conceptual design, and the current board approved the plan that they gave us. We held public information sessions, and as often happens, the people who turned out were the people who really didn't want it. And to move a plan forward, it would need a bond, and that would need to be voted on by the delegation. It also needs 2/3 of the delegation. And so it was not the executive committee didn't bring it forward. And between those meetings and the executive committee and our board of commissioners, went back to the building committee, and I'm on the building committee, to go back to the architects for a different plan to see if there was redesign in areas that there could be cost savings. Our sheriff was against the original plan because it had the courts on the second floor, and she felt that was, she's responsible for the security in the building, and felt that was harder to monitor than on the first floor. So with the redesign, that was incorporated because she was someone who spoke out at our public hearings that she didn't think it was a good design. So the architects revamped the plan. We're going to be discussing it within the next few weeks. Unfortunately, despite the cost-saving changes, there were some cost increases with associated moving the courts to the first floor. But more importantly, there's expected to be about 5% inflation per year, and since we're not going to be able to get this going in the next couple of months, there's probably about 5%. So we really didn't realize any significant savings, and it has a smaller footprint. So the commissioners will be discussing next week on where we go from here. Unfortunately, with the mechanicals are well past their lifespan, and I personally am worried that there will be some catastrophic failure of a mechanical that we can't fix, because some of them they have a hard time getting parts for. And then we would need to close the building, because to get to any of those things, it goes through a lot of asbestos. And there are not buildings in North Haverhill to move people to. So I was very disappointed with the response, but that's what happens. So anyway, I will keep you updated on that. EMS, you may know, well, I'm sure you all know how hard EMS is for all the rural areas. the county commissioned a study looking at EMS services. It's on our website, it's really in-depth and ways we can look at it. We are also looking to submit a grant for the rural health transformation to work on EMS programs. We have, when Warren EMS went out of business, Plymouth is covering that and has some contracts, but 6 towns, I think, are working to create a village district for EMS. And what we're hoping for, if we're able to get the Rural Health Transformation Grant, the county will be able to give money, that as a pilot project, and requesting money for each of the 4 years to start with that one because it's pretty shovel-ready, and then look at another area of the county.
So that's kind of interesting. Do you know if anybody has kind of worked with Ben? Because we've been doing, I think that, I mean, obviously we're providing EMS services to, was it Dan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, like, so,
So it started,
because you talked about a system being ready, I guess my point is I think that they've been very successful here.
no, and so they're successful, but they're looking to do it in a different model as a village system instead of contracts. It will be, and so it was on the warrant articles. It would not be, like Plymouth takes care of a lot of towns and it's a contract with each of the towns,
Yeah.
which is, I think, the same way that
Same,
you're
yeah, that's
doing it.
exactly, yeah.
And it's the same way Littleton does it. So this is a different model that several towns who could not afford to keep their own EMS or they went out of business to coordinate so it's shared and through a and I'm not explaining it well, but it's a new village district, so it would be through taxes and whatnot through that. But the towns that are looking at it are Warren, Wentworth, Rumney, Hebron, Groton, and part of Dorchester, and they would have a primary location in Rumney, and that's kind of equidistant getting everywhere.
That makes a lot of sense.
And so if it's successful, Kevin Pierce, the chief in Plymouth, had actually looked to see if they could just do it otherwise, but with liability to towns and whatnot, it wasn't going to work. But there's a board who are looking to do it. It's from the select boards of each of those towns. Rumney owns the old rest area on Route
Yeah.
25, and they've offered that building. It would need some renovations. Renovations can be done for the if we could get the rural health transformation, some of the renovations would be put in there. It would need a garage, new building is not, so that would be money. And say they'd have to figure out, some have new ambulances, some don't have ambulances. But it would also be a way to, in what we're looking at the grant and what these towns are looking at, is to increase training, so there's EMS, perhaps working with some of the universities or the community college system or whatnot to get more people trained as EMS and being able to work locally instead of going other places.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I find it interesting, right, because today, we only do generally, I think the way I got it from Ben was 1-year contracts.
Yeah.
So if we're only doing 1-year contracts, like, if there's a better operating model to sort of go, okay, we need to regionalize, because honestly, it's gonna be the same thing with certain things from a fire perspective. You look at a $2 million ladder truck, a $1 million engine, right? Like, we're gonna spend $3 million on new trucks.
Right.
In the next several years, so like, there's a whole.
So that's
That's
why it's really exciting, and if we can get money to do it, because the biggest holdup is, will these towns be able to afford money to make this happen? Because in Grafton County, as well as probably most of the rural counties throughout the United States, are really struggling with EMS. The volunteers are aging out and whatnot. So this would be, we would love to get this grant and then be able to start with one project and then move to other areas who want to be part of it.
Yeah, okay.
Or not part of it, but start their own.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then the last thing I had on my agenda was the sheriff, because there's been a lot of talk about the sheriff. Last March, the sheriff signed an agreement to cooperate with ICE, and that caused a lot of, just a lot of uproar around parts of the county and what that was and whatnot. And this month, she withdrew from that agreement. They hadn't done any enforcement activities with ICE. She was getting a lot of requests of information through the 91A that was causing an inordinate amount of time. And I met with her personally. She has not come to the board to discuss it with us, but she said that staying in the agreement with the administrative burdens didn't make sense from her perspective. And that's my report, and I'm happy to answer any questions. And we did get in some of the weeds that I hadn't planned to, but I'm more than happy to.
That's great. I don't know if I have any questions, Scott?
Does not being in the agreement to cooperate with ICE, is that the same as not cooperating with ICE? Or?
No,
Okay.
I mean, there's different, they will continue to, they've always cooperated with federal authorities when needed. In, like with DEA or ATF or whatnot, but these 287G agreements are a special task force model and whatnot that, so they were, the sheriff had said they would not go out proactively to find things and promise no racial profiling, but they're not the people that ICE is going to call for backup. However, if something's going on, the sheriff might do backup to protect the citizens, and that kind of thing. So there were, the 287G program had been in effect years ago, and then there was a lot of misuse of it, and it really, they stopped using it 10, 12 years, something like that. There were a lot of abuses down in Arizona. It was brought about again in 25. So.
Mr. Chair?
Yep.
Of course, stepping on that, did the county or the sheriff's department receive funding from that program?
No, they didn't. And when they signed on the agreement, according to state law at the time, case law at the time, the sheriff probably should not have been able to sign that contract, but she went ahead and did it without consulting us because there potentially was a fiscal impact of it in paying, if the deputies were going out on enforcement or whatnot. And certainly would have opened us for liability if something had happened. The state law, there were 2 laws that were enacted last year that said local, towns and counties could not interfere with a local law enforcement agency signing on to these contracts. So we really had our hands tied, you can't do anything. We were concerned about fiscal impacts. I guess the only thing, we had 1 deputy trained and we paid for his hours, that 40 hours of training. They do other trainings, and that's one of the things she says it would go towards that deputy's required trainings. So we were glad that we did not have any financial impact. There have been some areas that have had big lawsuits on some things.
Yeah, there were like 17 New Hampshire towns right? 17,
Well, and
13 that received funding.
And if they had from my understanding when I spoke to the sheriff, we didn't get any because there was no enforcement activities, and so you had to do certain, at least have some enforcement activities depending on what you got, but there definitely were towns that got a lot of money. We did not,
Okay.
and I was not unhappy that, although it seems like a revenue stream, it wasn't one I wanted.
All right. All right.
I
Thank you.
really appreciate your time. You can always call me or email me, and,
Careful what you wish for.
In all seriousness, thank you for
Thank you
serving
very
in that
much.
role. It's a kind of obscure and can be tough at times, and
you know, there's much more to it than people, and
Oh,
nobody
yeah.
knows what the county does. I
Exactly.
mean, when I was knocking on
Yeah.
doors, my first question, after introducing myself, was, do you know what a county commissioner does? And I think I had one person who actually knew when they'd been
Right.
on some committee with the county, so,
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
thank you very much.
Thank you. Jeff, you're in the hot seat.
Oh, boy.
Under number 6 in your folders, there's a picture, I'm gonna try to show it. Jeff went to the HTC first, he has, would like to put some benches in the downtown area. At HTC, it was recommended you go to planning board, but I have a discussion with planning board, and the planning board discussed it at their last meeting, and they didn't feel that he needed to go to planning board.
Good.
And so the reason Jeff is here is because he needs permission from the select board to put it
Yep.
in.
Looks like a bench.
I know, I was trying to share an picture, jeez. My computer.
What was that, John?
No, I said, it looks like a bench.
Oh, wait a minute.
She's in
Oh, there it is.
There you go, sorry. So this, I'll put it up on the screen when it pops up. This is the picture I got of the bench, and Jeff is proposing, I'll let you explain.
Jeff, are the slats wood or composite?
Originally going to be wood. I was leaning towards composite. After meeting with the HDC,
They'd rather have wood.
what do you think?
I mean, you know me, I'm on the wood side too, I just know it takes more maintenance.
Right, yeah, I
And
get it.
stuff like that, but first of all, thank you.
I won't.
Yeah,
I would just like to see continuity, that's what I didn't,
Yeah.
right now we got one red bench in front of, I bought Norton's building there back in December.
yeah,
And he, that's his, he put that out there, but I'd like to keep them all kind of uniform and around, you know what I mean? And
yeah,
so that was,
yeah, it's very nice and it's, we greatly appreciate it,
yeah.
yeah.
He's looking currently, well, HTC also asked him to consider
2 or 3 other locations.
in the
I,
square.
yeah.
But in front of his building, the buildings, he had 2 in front of 21 Pleasant Street and 1 on the side of Pleasant Street near the tea shop.
Yeah, not in front of the tea shop, but on the Pleasant Street side.
Side, yeah.
Yeah.
So like near the
They
parking
all-
spot that we closed off,
Excuse me?
like near the parking spot where we closed off.
Yeah, a little further back, whatchamacallit, goodness, can't think of her name.
Dance
Mary Lee
studio.
doesn't want anybody in front of her window sitting there, because she wants people, you know,
Yeah.
explain, and I totally get it, being uncomfortable sitting there looking, you know, right outside the bench, so
Yeah.
it would be on the brick portion of that,
Okay.
kind of between the 2 window boxes there.
Yep,
It'd be right in there for that particular one. Yeah. And then the other 2 would be down on my Pleasant Street building, which is where Raven's Retreat is now, there, Julie's old hair salon, there'd be 2 on that, kind of, right there.
yeah,
I'm sure it will benefit Gina's customers greatly,
right,
you know, there's always a line there.
yeah, awesome.
And then after meeting with them, they had requested, Dorcas and
Lucille.
Lucille had asked about if I'd be willing to put a couple in the park, because they'd really like some of the park.
In the square?
Yes, yeah.
We did have to take out, I think there were 1 or 2 that were red, that didn't make it through, so.
Okay, well, the red ones were ones that Steve Hanser
Yeah,
had painted and put out.
we ended up having to take,
Yeah.
I think, both out, because
Yeah.
1 broke,
Yeah.
and then the other one, I think, was weak. The only bench I think that's downtown now, I don't know if there's more,
It's out in front of the,
is the one that was donated by, was it the Lions?
yeah,
Yes,
Yeah, the
sorry,
granite
the
one.
granite one.
Yeah.
okay.
So, I don't think there's any others, not that I can see from my window.
All right.
How much does a bench like that cost?
Well, originally I was working with Steve Hanser, ironically, and he had some of those irons and he was gonna make me some. So I said, we'll look at that option, but if I add the others additional, which I'm probably going to in the Central Square Park, I guess it is, I would end up purchasing, and they're around $1,200-1,300. So, to buy something with the slats out of oak and, you know,
Yeah.
decent.
The ends are cast?
Those ends are cast, and I believe the ones that I would purchase would be cast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So are they bolted down?
No, they're not.
Okay.
No.
And are they seasonal, so they come out in the winter time? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, that question came up at the HDC, and I got plenty of storage, so I volunteered to set them out before Memorial. I won't have this year, obviously.
Yeah.
Set them out before Memorial, and I would pick them up, you know, after.
I mean, I'm just thinking about, clearing sidewalks and stuff, and
Yeah,
snow and.
totally, yeah.
Though I did ask Victor for any input, and Victor's only input was he would like a condition that they be removed before November 15th each year.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
It's kind of.
Wait, all right, so not that I don't appreciate you putting ones in the square, right? Is it appropriate and fair that, okay, even if, okay, you get them for the town of Bristol, you put them in the square, is it appropriate that he
Well,
has to take care of all, you know what I mean? Like,
Victor wasn't talking about ones in the square because that came up after I talked to Victor. So Victor's only talking about the ones on the sidewalk.
no, I get it, but
That's
see,
the
if those are at Jeff's buildings,
Yeah.
then, you know, to me, that kind of makes sense that they're part of Jeff's buildings, but if there's other ones in the square, I'm not sure he needs to be responsible for them until in perpetuity, is I guess what I'm
Right.
getting at, right? Like, just.
I will until they don't function anymore, like, they week, you know
No,
what
I
I
understand.
mean?
I get it, I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like, okay, you know.
All right.
Anyways. so-
I also create an environment for my own rentals, right? I mean, I don't know how many it is, 30, almost 40 of them now, right? So, but if it's a nice area, down in Bristol, where I have many people that pull in Bristol, come look at an apartment or a storefront or a commercial, something from me. Many pull in, especially with the flowers outside. They're like, oh, they don't even want to see the unit, they just want to look around. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I'm just,
Okay, it's all good, I just,
you know, it's all inclusive to me, so.
Awesome.
And if you wanted, we could certainly take over the ones in the square and pull those out and
All-
put those
all I'm
into
saying
storage.
is-
Right.
But it's
That's
up
all.
to you. so-
Just let us know if it becomes a burden.
Yes.
there you go,
Yeah,
maybe
right.
that's a better way.
All right.
My biggest vein was to my biggest reasoning, I should say, for the two in the square, don't just buy them and don't even put them in, pick them up, whatever. It's a half hour, half hour in the spring, half in the fall, right? Big deal.
Yeah.
But I want them all to look the same.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, no, listen,
you know what I mean? Just,
it's a good thing, you know,
you know,
I just don't think it's fair
I appreciate
to a
that.
property owner to be,
I appreciate
that's
that.
all I'm saying. So-
I do a ton of work in downtown Meredith. I mean, I take care of almost every hotel and restaurant over there, and I'm there all the time. And it's nice. Rusty did a wonderful job. God bless him. You know, and TPG owns most of that now. They're continuing on. So it's just, I'm not that I'm trying to rebuild Meredith, but I'm trying to keep the same feel.
Yeah, no, 100%, we appreciate that.
Yeah, we appreciate your generosity.
So what do we need? Do we need a motion
Yep.
so I'll make a motion to approve Jeff's getting of these benches in the locations that are defined in the email, 2 in front of 21 Pleasant Street, 1 on the side, the tea shop, and potentially 2 for the square.
All right.
A second.
Second by Scott. Any further questions, comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Very good. Thank you, Jeff.
You're welcome. Footnote at the end. The ECC had asked me about one over in front of Abel's. I went out and looked at it, and there really isn't a good place to put it over there.
Yeah.
You know, you've got if you go all the way to the corner there by the milk fudge, you have the old boiler room that goes down in there. Then you've got the big stairs, which I built years ago before I sold it to Russ, right?
Right.
And then to the right of that, you got Shaq. It's kind of set up with what he's got going on there.
Yeah.
And the only place you could actually pull it against the building would be almost against the glass, and that glass is really low of the
Yeah.
massage
Yeah.
lady there. It just isn't a good spot. So
Yeah.
that's
That's,
not, my intention is, they had asked me at the HGC, and I said I'd look into it.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
So right now, it'll be a total size.
Okay,
So, all
awesome,
right.
thank you.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for serving. I've been there, so thank you.
Are you leaving?
No, you won't.
Yeah. We're gonna talk about CPACE.
okay.
He's the other one.
I need public, he needs public for his public hearing. All right.
There really isn't any documents in your folders. They did have a public information session last night in the library.
Yeah.
All right, so, hold on, so I need to open a public hearing,
You
right?
do.
All right, so at this time, we'll be opening the public hearing on the CPACER program. Is there anyone who would like to speak to this?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
So last night I had a public information session, and no one showed up.
Oh, no.
No. So just to remind you, this is commercial property assessed clean energy, right? So the way this works, it's really a financing program that gives you long amortization schedule. There are people that are interested in it, Jeff expressed interest in it, TTCC, the pizza place, everybody's busy, so I get it. But I wanted to just review, just for your edification, a little bit of what I've been working on already. We took a look at the TTCC, and Les has been pretty interested in this, because she's paying $1,000 a month over there in electricity, okay? She's $12,000 a year. So we took a look at it, and I've got a solar company who will do projections. So they'll take a look at the property. I have a program too, it's not quite as accurate as theirs, but you basically take a snapshot of this building and you can project the amount of solar it's gonna put out. By the way, CPACER is not specific only to solar, but it's an easier example than trying to do an energy improvement and predict the energy savings, right? So we put a solar panel, we put 50 kW on the TTCC across the street. And this drives her cost per month to almost zero. I mean, she's going to be producing over there enough energy to offset the cost altogether, $12,000. Now, the array's not inexpensive. The array's going to cost roughly $90,000 to put up. But the payment on a 30-year loan for $90,000 is $500. She's going to be saving $500 a month by putting up her solar array and amortizing it over 30 years. So the long amortization schedule saves you the cash. So she's going to pocket $500 a month, could be $400, but in that range of cash by putting solar on that building. So this is the kind of thing that it does, and she's pretty excited about it. Now, I'm talking here about solar in that case. By the way, there's a 30% tax credit that's still there for solar for commercial buildings. And if you get some American components into that solar array, not quite what they call BABA, Buy America, Build America, not quite that level, but then it's 40%. So all of a sudden her 90K for the solar array dropped, to 60, in the range of 60, and it makes the economics all that much better. So we're one of the first towns that adopted this. There is a piece of legislation right now that's passing through the House and the Senate, should be signed by the governor, that doesn't require towns to agree to it at town meeting. They can do it at the select board level. But that's just sort of bureaucratic in a sense, getting it passed. The issue is getting people to adopt it, getting people to accept it. By the way, Jeff, it's retroactive. So you've done some energy improvements to buildings already. That work that you've done could be put in a CPACER loan over a longer period of time.
Right.
So I'm interested in engaging, companies or businesses in the town that might be interested in this, because I think RJ's got the same problem. He's up there with ovens, and he's paying demand charges up there. His ovens are expensive for cooking, because he's cooking with electricity up there. And a solar array on his is a similar set of economics. It's cash positive out of the chute.
Ovens are a lot of power though, right?
Ovens are a lot of power.
Yeah.
And they're quick. In other words, when you turn them on, they're a dead short.
Demand.
So the demand charge, like a pump, same idea.
Yeah.
So
Premium, that's what it means. It's like buying premium fuel. That's how it works.
that's right.
What's the interest rate involved?
Well, it does vary a bit, but even the one I did if I did the one across the street, I went to 8% and was still ahead.
Wow.
Yeah, I just did it. I was working on it while we were sitting here. And I took it up to 8%.
She's saving $500 a month, but the repayment is $180,000. I did the math.
I mean, listen to this, $90,000 investment over 30 years, 8% interest, monthly payment $660. She's paying $1,000 over there. So
What's the
even,
longevity? Obviously, when it's not always open, it's a CPAC program, but of those particular solar panels, what's the longevity? Will they outlive 30 years? They'll live for 30 years?
they're 30 years,
Okay.
and they'll live longer. It's just that we haven't had 30 years living there. I mean, people who have them are in the 20 years now, and they're still producing. You do have to change occasionally you have to change the inverter on it. Occasionally the inverter will fail. That's a piece of solid state. But the glass itself and the solar,
Yeah.
they're degrading about 1% or 1 or 2% per year over time. But they still produce. In fact, some of them, they're decommissioning, they're giving away and putting in places and lighting them back up again because they still produce. So these things last, you know, and that's just solar, I mean, that's not, and this CPACER program is good for water, and it's good for converting,
Energy savings too, right?
Energy
Windows
savings.
and insulation.
for example, insulation's a big one.
Right.
Even going, Windows is a big one, you just did Windows. The other one is going from oil to propane, because that's energy savings.
Yeah.
So any energy savings thing, and the Business Finance Authority is the one who handles it out of Concord, they have lenders lined up. And I haven't brought a lender to the table yet, you know,
Yeah.
but I would love to work with businesses in the town. I think that's part of what Energy Committee ought to do, is work with people to try to lower costs for our citizens. Yeah,
Good
so,
work.
How far retro will it go, do you know?
how far away?
How far retro? You said it's retroactive, how far?
Well, I know it's a couple years, yeah. I don't know the exact number, to be honest, but I know that it's retroactive, and they'll pick up existing financing, and yours is new. Some of yours is new, some of it, I can find out. But I lost your contact information, do you have this?
Yeah, that's right. All right.
So I'm working with a few, Jeff's one of them, the pizza place. We did some projections on your buildings too, I put solar arrays on your buildings, just to see what it would yield. Yeah, and I've got those projections.
Oh,
I mean, it's easy enough to do. You just take Google Map and you Google Earth and you pick the location and you do triangle on it, and hit the button, and it will give you a projection. So it's pretty easy to do it. It's called PV Watts. It's a little bit,
I agree with you.
yeah,
Sorry, it says, lost my spot. A property owner may be eligible for financing if otherwise qualified improvements were completed and operational no more than 36 months prior to submission of the application.
okay.
3 years. Thank you. So, new program, really just getting started in the state, but I think it's a good one. It's one that I have been watching. I didn't really even know our legislators were looking at it, and then they brought it forward. It was our state senator who co-sponsored it, Dan Ennis, co-sponsored it. It's the first bill they've ever signed last year. So it's all good. I wish we had it for residential, because they do offer in other states, same program for residential. And I've been kind of pushing that forward, and the legislature trying to get them to put a bill forward. But so far, I haven't been able to get them to do it, because they complain the overhead is, the juice isn't worth the squeeze from the lender's point of view. Because the overhead to set it up and run it chews up enough so that, and the quantity is small, you know what I mean? The loan number is small, so
Yeah.
you're gonna do a $20,000 solar array, but your administrative cost is so high that that's the pushback I get at the moment. But there are funds that some people will do in other locations as well. They'll do a green fund and use the green fund to do it instead of using traditional. This is all done by private financing, there's no public financing. Yeah, so there you go.
Sean, you had said you did the math. What was the total outlay?
I was using his numbers at 500 a month for 360 months with
Yeah.
180,000.
Double.
Yeah, as most mortgages.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're talking about total up,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, the
Yeah.
long term does make you pay more, no question about it. It just improves your cash position.
Yeah.
And these go with the property,
You'd be smart to pay it down as you could.
as you
Right.
could, that's
Like if
right.
you were paying $1,000 a month,
Yeah.
pay the $1,000 a month.
Right. And then have those years at the end.
That's
Yeah.
correct. You are right. It is longer, it pays more over the length of the loan.
Yeah.
I mean, even the 90, I was just doing the 90, and you're paying 237. Total interest 147 on a
Right.
$90,000 loan. So you are right.
Yeah.
But from a cash point of view, if you're operational, like a pizza place, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, that's all how we pay for our houses, so it's not.
It's not unheard of.
All right, very good. So, any other questions or comments from the public?
From the public.
All right, the public hearing is now closed.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Paul. Appreciate your work on this stuff.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, we're gonna try to, from an energy committee point of view, support the town, try to help people, try to reach out and work on projects to help businesses, I think.
Yeah, I think it's great.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I ask a question, how are you doing on this building?
On this building,
Yeah.
this one's a train wreck. This one's a train wreck.
That's what
And the funny part about this building is it falls into this category of, it's not a commercial building, it's not a, it's a municipality. So we have an energy audit, we know what to do. We've got to get some quotes on insulation first, and I don't know exactly how to handle it. It's a good question, though. Do you want me to bring it here? I mean, here's what we've done here. We've done an energy audit at this place. We know it's a problem. We know what the problem is, and we know how to fix it. Do I go get quotes and bring it
I'm
here?
just gonna say.
I was good.
Yeah, why wouldn't we add a
Yeah.
building maintenance, even if we have to do a little bit at a time,
Yeah.
like, cause I've been in the attic upstairs.
If nothing else, I'd like to know what we're looking at.
Yeah.
In terms of.
You know what I mean, like I've done the bump and crawl, and
Yeah.
there's nothing up there, so like,
Yeah.
Because I know Quality Insulation does a lot of this stuff, as you know, I can get them to come and do a quote for it. The first thing we're gonna do is up, right? We gotta get the up down done, so that we're not leaking it out the top, because that's your biggest problem right now.
well, and also, cause it causes the ice problems, and then it just leads to the
This side
waterways.
doesn't have ice, that side has ice.
Yeah, no.
It's a safety issue for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we need to do something about the air.
Little spray
Well,
foam.
we've got
Spray foam
leakage.
would be-
The other thing is we need to pressure test it and find where the leakage is coming from. That's easy to do, best to do in the winter.
Yeah.
So, put the
Yeah, you can
building
put a-
under pressure and then.
You can put a thermal on it.
That's right,
Yeah.
not hard to do.
We also have no air exchange units upstairs at all.
Yeah, well, you've got dead air here in general. You don't have any air refresh. It should be, 75 CFM per person plus a certain amount for, that's the spec. And you don't have any air exchange in here at all.
I thought downstairs did, none?
I don't know of any. These are all
Because that
reciprocating.
one there is, over there, I think, is air.
Yeah, it's recirc though.
Yeah, it's
We
recirc.
say
It's
it's nothing.
going around a circle.
No, okay, got it.
Yeah.
We have nothing upstairs.
No, you're,
Yeah,
yeah.
'cause there's no,
Nothing.
no neutrality or anything.
And by the way, largest form of transmission for colds and flu and everything else is airborne.
Yeah. Yeah.
Half-life on common cold pathogen is 1.1 hours. And this room is,
Prime.
Yeah. Petri dish.
it is.
All right.
Why do you think he's running for the door?
When my voice changes, no.
All right, so.
Yeah, well, we'd like to know that information
Yeah.
for sure.
Okay, I'll contact Quality and get a quote on that.
Great.
And we can also take a look at some other things as well, but we should probably get a pressure test done on it.
Yeah.
We had an energy audit, but they didn't pressure test it.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right.
Thanks,
Thank
Paul.
you.
They didn't want to know the answer.
Well, that's it, yeah.
And how we already did it.
There's a little bit of that for sure.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Have a good night, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good luck.
All
Have
right.
a good Memorial Weekend.
All right, go back to being public.
Let's try not to spend an hour on MetroCast, please. But-
We're not.
Hold on.
All right.
Don't worry, that was directed at me. It's all good.
All right, where are we at?
Actually, I emailed it out to you for you to take a look at ahead of this. So if you.
When did you do that?
Yeah.
I sent out emails every week, but I sent it out last week.
That?
That, yeah.
Okay.
The bottom line is
Didn't I?
they agreed. Right, they basically agreed with whatever our attorney had asked for. So the only real question I have after looking at it again, because it seems like they said, okay, we're on board, yeah, go for it. Number one, the question that I had for Christina was, can we sign a 10-year agreement,
Yeah.
What do they want?
right?
It's we signed a lot longer one before.
Right.
Well, I know, but I know we've gone back and forth around whether we can, right? So they just wanted to make sure. And then, I just wanted his final blessing from a legal perspective that yes, it's doing everything it needs to. Because it, I mean,
They made
it
the
looks.
changes the attorney wanted,
Yeah.
so, yeah.
What's the fee?
It depends on users.
It's not a fee, it's a payment to
It's
us.
a franchise.
Yeah, that's,
So
Yeah, yeah, oh, yeah,
It's a
yeah.
franchise payment to us, and it depends on users, so it will most likely, so two things I wanna point out. You can sign a franchise agreement with another provider as well.
Yeah, there's a
so-
non-exclusivity clause in there.
oh, interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
Good.
It's,
I thought they had
I
the,
wanna say it's section 3. Making
Yeah, because he's the one who pointed it out to us.
And this is just for
5%.
cable, correct? Or is
This-
it cable
yes.
and internet?
Well, the franchise, the payment that we
Is on-
get is only about cable TV.
Yeah, so,
There's no clauses, this is kind of why, whether it's Hub 66 or others that are in town, that's why there's no agreement to be had.
So essentially, I mean, there's definitely a lot less TV watcher, or
Yeah,
cable users,
yeah,
because they've cut the cable, right? So that payment's gone down over the years.
that is correct.
yeah, so our payment has dropped
Yeah.
significant. I can tell you,
Disconnection.
What it was just
Dig safe,
recently.
build rooms, tree trimming.
So 5%.
Anything in there about taking their lines off, their dead lines off of houses?
Not off of houses, but there is a whole thing about maintenance of, system maintenance, construction maintenance, operation of cable television, franchise granted, yeah, no.
Oh, that's phone company, I think, too.
Yeah.
Did we have a current agreement that's expiring? Is that
Yeah.
what-
it's
Yeah, it's
technically
shown the part,
expired, but I
Yes,
can
but
explain
it-
that.
all structures and all equipment, cable and wires, in, over, under, and upon streets, sidewalks, alleys, and public ways of the town wherever situated or located shall at all times be kept and maintained in a safe and suitable condition and in good order and repair. So it's not really talking about from the,
Yeah.
from there to the home. It's, if they have services in town, they are going to keep them
Yeah.
in good working order.
So, in 2024, we received 48,950, and, in 2025, we received 43,204.
Does that come in one shot at a certain time of year?
Usually it comes, it's supposed to be February, March timeframe. This year's came a little late, but we
Yeah.
booked it as a liability, or a, wrong word, a reimbursement or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
But,
Okay.
And then section 2.4, which is answering your first question, non-exclusivity of franchise, franchisee acknowledges and agrees that the franchising authority reserves the right to grant one or more additional franchises to other cable service providers within the town for the right to use and occupy the public way. Provided, now, then it goes on, but, so anyway, so the bottom line is we could, if we needed to, with other TV providers, but, again, not, I mean, with the, given our population, it would not be helpful to us.
so technically, this agreement has expired, but what we were told is it will continue to, the old agreement continues to act until we make a decision.
Right.
So we met with them we met with them, I've talked to them multiple times, but John and I had a conference call with the individual, so.
I think the
And the attorney has reviewed it.
the only other question I had was,
You're not,
from the, I know,
Sorry.
but no, but I think I had asked this before from the attorney, I don't remember his answer. When he looked at the old agreement to the new agreement, was there any material change?
I don't remember his answer. So when they review it for anything that is going to be a problem,
True.
so.
The only reason I say it that way is because any material change, because basically it looks to me like there isn't a material change, but anyway, other than that, it looks like it's good to go.
All right.
Would you like me to make a motion? Please.
Actually, you're in a motion, before you do it, for me to sign it.
Yes, for you to sign it, and then just answer, see if we can just get legal to double check that one question.
If there's any material.
Just material change, just to make sure that we're not doing something that, because since the other agreement is on in perpetuity until we sign this one,
Yep.
it would be good to just double check. Okay, so I will make a motion that we approve Christina to sign the franchise agreement with Breeze Line for this new 10-year term
And we will get that answer from legal, just to make sure there's no material change from the old contract to the new. But there you go.
All right, all right.
Second.
All right, motion by John, second by Scott. Any further questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, abstentions, 4-0.
There you go, see, that didn't take an hour.
No. All right. Christina, you're on.
In your folders under TA report info, I figured you'd want to take a look at that first, see if there's anything you have any questions on. There's some pictures in there, I thought, some of them, if you're on Facebook, you've seen them, but some of you who may not have seen them, I thought I'd share, so. So I'll let you look that over.
Under info 5,
Yes.
that's not the usual one we deal with over there?
No, it's new, but the usual one is probably coming back.
Yeah, I thought so,
Yep.
based on what I've seen.
Someone went to look at a property there and sent me a picture,
Yeah,
so.
all right. All right, discussion.
All right. Folder, sorry. I posted this message from the Bristol Water Department, but I thought it would be nice to share again. They wanted to extend a sincere thank you to all residents and businesses affected by the recent closure of Central Street during our water main repair work. They truly appreciate the patience, understanding, and cooperation while crews work to restore service and complete repairs as quickly as possible. Water and Sewer also want to recognize and thank the Highway Department crew for their assistance throughout the project. Their support with trucking materials, equipment, and providing additional labor was invaluable in helping us complete the work efficiently and safely. Projects like this are a team effort, and the Water and Sewer Department are grateful for the continued support from our community and fellow departments. Thank you again for your patience and partnership as we work to maintain and improve Bristol's water infrastructure.
I'm glad you brought that up. I wandered down to see how they were
Yes.
doing. I think it's about 4:30, 4:45. They've been at it for almost 10 hours, and they had another couple hours ahead of them
Yeah.
before they could leave. And they did a great job, and they were in good spirits, but they were tired, and they ran into a couple of
Concrete encased pipes.
Yeah, concrete encased pipes that they didn't expect to find, but they were doing a great job, and just kudos to both water, sewer, and the highway.
So did they dig those, they had to chip away all that concrete?
No, they went under it
Yeah.
with
They
the
dug
water
under.
line, yeah, so
Yeah,
at one point it looked
under
like an
pressure.
old arch, they had excavated.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, just, I know it was a long day, but much appreciated.
Okay. Under number 2, reminder, I didn't send an invitation out, and I'll explain why. I'm going to tomorrow now, but we have a special meeting next week. We had set it for 5 p.m., and we were gonna just be doing update of the band documents. I'm gonna send your invitation out before the night's over or by tomorrow morning, but so under number 2 in the folders, the TTCC is asking, they have Maggie Goodlander, is coming to Bristol to meet with the TTCC, to get an update on the project. They provided $1 million in CDS funding towards the new building. So TTCC's been asked to put together a group of people that showed support for our project application. They are doing a tour with Maggie Goodlander at 2:45, but they're asking us to come if possible at 3:30. Because we are one of the biggest supporters for them. We did a lot, we're the responsible entity for the project. So.
3:30?
3:30.
I would have loved to do that, but I won't be on the West Coast.
Les says that it's an exciting opportunity for us to share the vision, and it would be great if we could be a part of the day, so. So that's at 3:30. We were supposed to meet at 5. I
Yeah.
think we still can. I'm
Yeah.
hoping it's not longer than that. But my second question, so you know Central, I've given you sort of heads up about Central Street Force Main project.
Yeah,
We've run into a couple of additional issues, and Underwood Engineering would like to meet with the board.
okay.
We didn't have the numbers or the plans ready tonight, but I don't wanna make them wait until June 4th, because
Yep.
that will hold up the project longer,
So you want to have them come in on the 28th?
on the 28th.
We're going to be here, let's
All right.
do it,
I
because that's
think-
an important project to get back.
And the ban is for water sewer,
Right.
the project anyway, so they could come at 5, and once we're done doing the
Yep.
documents, go right into,
28th, no, I don't leave till the 31st.
you're not here for the 4th.
I'm not here for the 4th, correct.
So, all right, so I'll send invites, we'll do all 3 of those things technically on the 28th, and we'll go
Yeah.
from here. Okay. Your inside scoop submission is due on the 28th, but I did a blurb for you. I don't know if you want to use it or not, but it's in your discussion folders under number 3A. Otherwise, I need someone to volunteer to write it. I rewrote mine.
The last one,
You wrote the last one, yes.
possible, but. I think that's great.
All right, I'll meet your deadline for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What, you're okay
No,
with
I'm good, I'm totally fine.
Okay. All right. Number 4, there were some inquiries about life insurance that the town offers it hasn't been changed since I've been here, so, that's 18 years. So, currently, the town covers a $25,000 life insurance. So there's a quote in your folders. This is what they gave us for options when we looked into it. I'm putting it out there. Also, if you look at the report, I break down, this would change as of July 1st if you're interested in making a change. Option A, if you roll down, that's a monthly cost for all of those people. So there are 49 people currently that are covered under the life insurance. So currently, the town pays annually $1,738.80 annually for those 49 people for the minimum. If you change to option A, it will double, so it will increase by $1,738.80, but and it increases to $3,477.
Hold on, those numbers aren't
Those
matching.
are not matching anything on here. All right, so it's not
Yes.
just me.
Those are monthly premiums, so if you look at currently we pay $144.90 a month, which
Yeah, yeah.
totals $1,000.
No, ours says current 1207.
No, that's,
Oh, what is that?
that's monthly volume,
Whatever
that's a
that-
million.
What does
That's
that
not-
mean?
Yeah, it's a million, it's a million.
Oh, that says total of all coverage, is
Yeah.
that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So right now, the monthly premium for us is $144.90 a month we pay.
Per
For
person.
49 people, no. We pay like $3 a person,
Okay,
roughly. So for 49 people, it's $144.90 a month.
and if we double it to 50,000, it goes to 289.
$289.80 a month,
Yeah.
which then totals $3,477.
Or if it's the times their salary.
Well, they gave us that number, but I don't trust that number totally, because the salary changes every year, so that's gonna go up every year if you did that.
Right.
Right.
Or there's
Do
option
do
B.
they have an option to select additional life insurance over and above?
No, not right now.
So, as a paid option, but, right?
They don't have
So,
that.
so that may, like, so it might be a good one for us to look at option A and then ask about if somebody wants additional life insurance, because you can do that through work, it's generally cheaper than if you go and get your own term policy.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's usually the group rate, like,
Yeah.
it's just a wider
Yeah.
pool. However, the challenge becomes for just individuals, you look at it and go, well, if I lost my job tomorrow and then something happens over the weekend, I don't have coverage because it's all through work, but like, it's just a balancing act.
I can, we have time to ask, so
Okay.
let me ask.
I'm just saying that, you know, option A seems to be the most prudent for us as a board for the town, but in order to improve that option for the employees, it might be good
Yeah.
to get the provider to give them options on a paid process,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So if they want 2 times the salary or
Well,
3
that's
times the salary, whatever.
Years
That's
ago, when I worked for J. Jill, that's what I was doing, so they gave me a base, and then I could do 2 times, so, and sign up and pay more.
And then that way, our cost stays fixed, but then everybody can make their own personal,
Yeah.
you know, assessment.
Okay, we'll look into that, I'll come back. Number 5, there is so the town clerk tax collector who's under RSA 7613 has the ability to waive interest due in an amount up to, and I apparently deleted the amount, but it's $25. They've been doing that, so, and it gets booked to overlay when that happens, but what we've discovered is that we don't have an actual signed copy here, so Cheryl's asking for you to approve and sign, so she has an official document. So it's only interest due, and it has to be voted on by the Board of Selectmen and the Board of Assessors, but you're both, so.
So this is
She can't waive more
more
than
than 25
$25.
bucks.
That's it, yeah.
Okay. So basically, we're giving her the ability to deal with the things that it's like, that's just really annoying.
Right, because otherwise, everything, so if it's $2 that she has to waive because a mailing came in late, or
Yeah.
she has to bring that to you and can't do anything without this, so.
I just wanted to make sure it wasn't more than that. Because that makes total sense.
Yes,
It's
so you will have
just
to
operation.
motion if you agree.
Okay, so, I will motion to approve, the Title V taxation, Chapter 76, appointment, assessment, and abatement of taxes, giving the town clerk the ability to waive interest up to the amount of $25. Is that good? All right, there you go.
All right, we have a motion by John,
Second.
second by Scott. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor? Aye.
Number 6 is a report of cut. I missed the consent agenda. I had already.
I was gonna ask why it was, yeah.
Yeah, I had already, it came in late, and they would have to wait till June 4th for an approval, and there's a rule now, you have to turn them around within 15 days.
Well, no, you're conflating the intent to cut
Oh,
with
this,
the
yes, sorry,
report of
never
cut.
mind. So, sorry, otherwise this would have to sit until June 4th.
Right.
But, so under the TA report, if no concerns, I just would need you to motion to approve the intent that's there. It is a total of $1,107.83
The report.
for the report. Tax, yep.
Okay.
The tax, how's that?
So I'll motion that we approve intent 25-059. What?
Report of cut.
Oh, I'm sorry, what, yeah.
Uh,
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
I'm sorry.
actually, you know what,
I'm
make
reading,
it-
I'm reading at the top.
I
Okay.
know you.
You're actually approving the tax warrant.
Report of cut and certificate of yield taxes. It should
Okay.
be your motion, sorry.
All right, sorry, so I make a motion to approve the certification of yield taxes assessed with intent for,
And the report of cut.
and the report of cut. All right, for intent number 25-059-03-T.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any questions or comments? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, It's 4-0.
Under 7, there was a speed sign previously located at Mill Stream, on the old mill property side of the road. We
Yeah.
did remove it. There had been a concern raised last year, and we couldn't remove it last year. So it has been removed. It has not been reassigned yet.
Okay.
The PD is working on options. So
Right, what was the concern?
it was blocking the business sign. So,
And it wasn't a great, it would be more effective in a couple of other
locations.
locations.
Which I had talked to, because we had talked about
Coming down the
down.
hill,
and I think there might be a problem with that, but I'll follow
yeah,
up.
there's
with
not
it.
a lot of places to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, under number 8, there are pictures of 2 golf carts. Rob, actually, we had fireworks committee meeting yesterday, and we were talking about, do we have a golf cart for the fireworks to bring people down? Well, these golf carts are being sold for $2,500 each. It's the cheapest we've seen. I looked up the same golf carts on their website. A pre-owned one runs from $4,900 and up. So the question would be, do you have an interest in this? The PD would use it for accessing River Falls. We would use it at River Falls Park, and when the new path is built, they would use it to go down the new path for enforcement. We would also use it for events, fireworks, community events, and the TTCC would be interested in using it. So,
I think it's good, I think it'd be a good idea.
Rob did look at it, and he sent
Who
this,
has them?
no, I'm kidding, Dyer.
Yeah.
I don't know which one though, I just know Dyer.
It's gotta be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rob said that they're good for the price, they are gas, and they will require maintenance. PD is volunteered.
Yeah,
Oh, so
they're not a bad price. I mean, I've seen used golf, they're insanely expensive for what they are.
Has any of these people come to us before saying we need to buy a golf cart?
Yeah,
We've talked about it for years.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, it's one of those things like, every now and then, I mean, I can remember JP donating his little electric car.
I know, we get to drive it for the fireworks.
For the fireworks, we would have one to bring folks up to for voting. If the weather was good, we rented them for Old Home Day and for fireworks.
Okay.
If you count how many we've done, so Community Night Out, they rent one usually. We rented them for the fireworks before. Old Home Day, they've been rented before.
How much
So-
does a rental cost?
I could tell you what the fireworks was, it was $270 for one.
For one
Basically
day?
for a day.
They end up, and they don't, and last time I had to drive it up the sidewalk, and then
Yeah.
find somebody to help load it, to bring it to the fireworks for me.
Yeah.
Because you can't leave it up there.
Right.
And then we had to bring it back. But, so if you just base it on that, 270 with just those 3 events, it's almost $1,000.
Right, there's 11 days, basically.
Yeah.
There's 11 days in a rental for the cost of one of those machines.
Where would they be stored?
That's a good
Police
question.
department.
Police department talked about 1, not 2.
Right.
But we also have the concession building,
I
but
was
I
gonna
think
say, is there
we can
room,
store-
or is there room in the other green building over there? No?
Because, and the question would be, because the UTV gets used, but I don't think we could rig this for watering.
Yeah.
So the UTV would still be in the other green building, so there's no room.
What about the,
Highway department, maybe.
yeah, the building with the signs and the,
There might be room there.
Yeah.
Actually maybe for 2, but
Yeah.
I don't know if they'd be in the way.
well, they can move them, the golf carts.
We could put them in a container.
Yeah.
There's enough containers in there.
Although, we joked about water and sewer, and PD said, yeah, they're not gonna be happy if you try to put anything else down there, because PD still has stuff there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is a gas one the right one versus an electric one?
We just came to you because we thought this was a good deal.
Yeah, I think it is a good deal.
And whether it's one or two is the other question. Do
Yeah.
we do just one, the better, at this point, just one, or,
That would be my thing.
I think that the cost could be shared between fireworks and events. Potentially, I think fireworks is gonna have to pay the most of it.
Mhm.
So,
Where are the photos?
and they would, oh, they're in the discussion under number 8. Those are what Rob sent me. The only thing, no.
They gotta be Chris if they're in decent shape.
I was gonna say, the only thing I'm not clear on is they don't look like they have a back seat.
Oh.
That's
Just
They
not
do, they
the
have
kid. The
back
kid's- the
facing
kid's not a lot of
seats.
money.
they have, it doesn't look like it has the cushion on either
Yeah,
one
yeah,
of
yeah,
them.
you
but
can,
You can
Is
get
it under
them.
Word
Yeah.
documents?
No, it's
Oh,
under
that's
discussion,
all.
that's why
Oh,
TA report
We're
discussion.
always looking for one for events.
I have
always.
one.
Somebody donated one for Old Home Day, but now they have to get another one, and they just sent me the cost.
Mine's electric, and that's why I asked the question.
TA report.
Because when you replace the batteries go about
It
every,
wasn't that. Oh,
every
another.
5 or 6 years. Depends how you do the charging.
Where is she? So she did just send costs, so we're having trouble too with the former
Those
vendor.
Easy Goes?
He's not consistent,
Yeah,
but the new
so they're
vendor,
a steel frame.
That's Dave's.
the new vendor they found is, $255. Weekend rate, $1,400.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't think we should do 2 right now. I think we should kind of, because you still gotta move it around, we gotta figure it out.
One of them has a utility bed on it.
They both do, it look like, doesn't it?
No,
Yeah.
the one in front of it.
Oh, which
oh,
two
I
are
don't
we
think
talking
those
about?
are
Oh,
the,
no, not that one, it's the other
The two in
two.
the back?
yeah.
Yeah, the two in the back of that picture, yeah.
I don't know, about it. If 2 would get used? Would it, I mean, yeah.
I mean, at that price,
Yeah, we could always.
I'd grab both of them.
Do we have to do anything with our insurance company when we have golf carts and we're having people use them?
Don't
I
know.
don't know that there's anything specific we have. to
We've
do.
been doing it already.
If you're an employee or a committee member, right?
They sign a
cover-
waiver,
Yeah.
a volunteer
Okay,
waiver,
I'm just saying, that's all.
Yeah, so with the UTV, we required a copy of driver's license and they have to be trained on the UTV and they have to sign a waiver.
Good.
With the golf carts,
So what are they being offered at?
2,500, but I haven't tried negotiated anything. I haven't
Yeah,
talked-
because that's what it says on the window. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I see.
Nice.
Must have bought a shipment.
Yeah, I didn't, yeah.
Oh, there's a whole bunch here, but those are the two that are, I didn't see the ones in the other picture.
We could do selectmen jousting at Old Home Day.
There's actually, so the one way back,
You can stand on the roof.
okay to watch that. The one way back has a back seat and it says 2,500 on it.
Yeah,
That's what we're, yeah.
Yep.
yeah.
Well, the two in the back, those are the ones you're talking about?
That's what he sent me was the two in the
Yeah.
back,
Yeah, yeah.
but there's one way up here though, that, up in the front that if you zoom in says the same price on the window.
The only different, that one's got cushions on the seat, but,
Which is what
You should
we
make them throw
would
the squishes
use,
in.
but,
yeah.
well, I can ask Rob
Yeah,
to talk again and look at them again and if you're, if you're good, one or two.
At that price, I think two,
yeah, I think so too.
right near the 10 grand.
Yeah.
Who did Rob talk to?
He didn't say, he was there, but
Yeah,
his wife works for them.
No, well,
Works for Chris.
Works for Chris, yeah.
Yeah.
next door.
So he didn't say who he talked to.
You talked to Kelsey.
All right.
Okay.
What year are they?
Yeah.
The only thing about those, you just have to double check the steel frame, because they get rotted, like,
Yeah.
at the base of the seat, so that where the engine meets underneath the driver.
I can ask him to go out and take another look at them.
Yeah.
Just make sure.
Yeah. We'd be interested in two if they could give us a deal. A civic-minded,
That's right.
all right.
Okay,
We can prove it on the 28th.
sorry. Number 9, this also missed the consent agenda. I messed this one up. So it's a refund of a credit. This person is moving, and he had a credit on the tax account, and so he's not going to use the credit. So I did a manifest. So if you are good with approving that manifest, it's for $308.70.
Okay. I move that we approve check manifest for payment number 73068 in the amount of $308.70 to refund Talbot.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Steve. Any questions or comments? I figure you'll get all the last items.
No, you go first.
Steve, sorry, Scott.
I was like, wow, all right, he's
Surprise the name.
I'm like, he's renaming for
I'm gonna just call him Steve.
You might as well just do it, yeah.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Great.
Number 10, I put event brochures, if anybody's interested, are available at the town offices in various locations in town. And people should really check out the summer events for the Newfound area. Number 11, I just want to say a heartfelt thank you to all groups and volunteers who have participated in cleanup efforts across our community over the past few weeks. From the town beaches to Kelly Park, River Falls, downtown, and so many other places in between, your time, energy, and commitment have made a visible and lasting impact, helping to keep our town clean, welcoming, and something we can all take pride in. Thank you to the Newfound Regional High School students, the assessing and land use departments, the sustainability committee, area realtor groups, and all the many volunteers who stepped up to help. I apologize if I missed any group or individual, but please know that your contributions are appreciated and make a meaningful difference.
That's awesome. Did we end up having the high schoolers today
Yes,
at the beach?
they were at the beach, they were downtown.
Awesome.
There is a pile near the shed at Kelly Park.
Yeah.
I've talked to Mark at the transfer station, and they're gonna pick it up on Saturday. I'd let Les know it's there, but we'll make sure it gets picked up on Saturday.
Okay. Excellent.
That's it.
Did anybody report any alarming finds?
Les found some alarming stuff today, but not. Next week, I'm not telling you now.
All right.
But she was taken care of. And I will share that there's Lakes Region maps and books there. I'm gonna try and get some more, because I thought those were really nice. They cover the Newfound area, and I reached out to find out how we add, or people can get added. But it does not do it justice online. This is the challenge coin that the Bristol Police Association is selling. Ron Taylor did the design.
Nice. This
The
is
weight
really nice.
of it is very nice, so I want to
Who are they
share.
selling them to?
What?
Who are they selling them
Anybody who wants. I just bought
How
mine.
do you, they have them, you go buy one, or do they?
Yeah, it
order
was
them?
on Facebook, so, but I'll send
I
you the
didn't see
link.
it. Yeah, I'll
It's through
definitely look.
Zelly, and it benefits the Bristol Police Association.
I would buy some.
Yeah, I'll send it, I'll
Yeah,
send you
that's
the
a
link.
That's a nice one.
Very nice, I was impressed.
Yeah.
How about select board challenge points?
There you go, oh, there's one. This is.
So when you run into
I was
other
gonna say,
selectmen in other towns,
yeah,
who would judge the hierarchy of
well, they're gonna judge the jousting competition that's
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it, sorry.
All right, selectmen items.
No Columbos.
Scott,
Nothing here.
nothing there, okay. Gus and Chagrin,
Nothing.
nothing.
I reserve the right.
All right,
To call
John.
Columbo.
Okay, I got a few things to think. Well, I mean, so last week, I went to the event for Joe Kenny and, had a couple of good conversations just about some of the things that we're trying to do economically, right? So, trying to get some more conversations going with the state so we understand sort of where the state is at. So that as we're reconstituting our economic development committee or economic opportunity committee, we can give them tasks that are achievable versus the high level, like, we need more business, you know? So that one's, I think, pretty good. Hub 66, I think we've gotta continue to kind of dig in with their progress. They said, in our last meeting, that they're intending to be done with Bristol by the end of the year. That's the other thing we gotta just double check with the town's attorney. Remember, we had a small list for him to just kind of go over stuff, because we got transfers to do, there's a bunch of things to do.
Well, their
When
contracts, some of their contracts are up
Right.
too, so.
Yeah, I mean, and then the contracts, because we have to redo them for this building and stuff like that. So anyways, there you go. That's what I got for now.
oh, okay. I got a complaint about e-bikes in the park.
Well,
E-bikes and.
E-bikes in the park and safety and,
In Kelly Park?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You know, the fast bikes.
What did he say?
Yeah, there's a lot of litigation on that stuff going
Yeah.
on right now.
Yeah, and I don't want to, you know,
I did get a response.
great that kids are out there on bikes, even if they are e-bikes, but
I did get a response from.
I don't know what the-
chief before, but I
Okay.
can't, I'll find it.
yeah, I was gonna ask you to just relay it to the chief. I don't know what the policy is on bicycles in Kelly Park, or if we even have one, or
Okay.
Kelly Park
And
has one. or-
So there's different
He said-
classifications
I know.
on e-bikes,
I
and
know.
at some point they're motorcycles.
His
Right.
response said that electric bikes follow the same law as regular bicycles.
Yeah, no, that I'm aware of on the
Yeah,
roads,
that's
but,
one record, yeah.
yeah.
But
In terms of,
are they on the
do we have a
grass?
policy about riding bikes on the grass, or, you
That's a
know,
good question.
yeah, I don't, or does the park committee want to look at that? Somebody was concerned because someone had gone bombing through an area at, like, you know, they go like 25, 30 miles an
Yeah,
hour.
they do.
Right, yeah.
What can you do? I mean, you
Yeah,
put
I
up a
know.
sign, Isn't gonna stop them.
I know.
Well, that
Just-
happened that in California, the mom is being held accountable because she bought a, I don't know what class it is, but they consider it a motorcycle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Child does not have his driver's license,
Mm-hmm.
hit an elderly person, killed that person.
Holy
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
Well, and
This is-
we also have a budding business from a business perspective in town, right? Like, 'cause you got the e-bikes that are trying to be sold and
Mhm.
used around.
Or rented and.
yeah,
Right, so I think it's gonna ramp up, not
Right.
slow down.
right. So just something to keep on
Yeah.
on our minds. Okay, so you talked about the construction project. I was gonna ask about that. Do we wanna talk about the driveway, or do you not wanna talk about the parking lot?
We probably should a little bit. I've got to call them and try to meet with him tomorrow. I'm gonna try to go down there and meet with him. But,
Okay.
you're talking about.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is
So
everyone, okay, so we ran into a problem with,
we were.
is it because of parking and the construction and doing?
When I talked to them, there were some things that are supposed to be happening.
Yeah.
There is one that is true, there is a vehicle that's parked down there. with a flat tire. It's been there for a long
Yeah,
time.
I noticed that one myself.
I talked to
This
Crystal.
is at the new pump station, the parking lot there.
It's at the River Falls
Yeah.
parking lot.
Yeah.
There was a slight altercation on Monday. Mondays are all Monday. And the police department were called, and then I got a phone call at 6:30 in the morning, and I made the decision we were gonna paint spots, and I made the decision not to because of that. And then I have talked there's a new person that will be taking over who's training,
Okay,
and they are claiming ownership. And I said, no. I said, you own the land under the
Yeah,
easement, but I
right.
said, let me get whatever information I can find and let's talk about it. And what are your concerns? And I said, we've been maintaining it since it was built.
right.
And I said, what are your concerns? Well, they claim they don't like that the car doesn't ever move and it's got a flat tire. And somebody's been sleeping in the parking lot. And I'm like, okay, well,
Those
you
are
don't
issues.
know these things.
Right,
If you don't tell
right.
me, I can't do anything about it. Well,
Right.
who's supposed to enforce it? We should be. People have been peeing and going to the bathroom in their field, and I don't know how frequent that is. I don't know more than that, but I said, I can't do anything about these things if you're not telling us.
Right.
I said, I do believe the parking lot is our responsibility. We should stripe it. If you want us to stripe other areas off, I've talked to the highway department about it. There was a discussion a few years ago when Mark was still here and Les was here. We went and met at the parking lot. And they had said they were gonna stripe off in front of their access so nobody parks there. I guess they parked there and blocked them before.
Yeah,
They didn't do that, so I've talked to Victor, and Victor's willing to stripe that off.
yeah.
We also striped off extra parking space that's near the fire hydrant. So, because nobody should have been parking there anyway,
Right.
and there was one vehicle that was always parking there, so we took care of that. I didn't honestly know there was anything else going on
Right.
until this happened.
Okay.
I think it exacerbated between the two parties, and then that's why I decided not to paint it until we had another conversation. So.
All right.
But this guy seems to be, he seems to be agreeable for a conversation, so I'm
Good.
gonna try and set something
Yeah.
up tomorrow, so.
All right. Very good.
Thank you
Alrighty,
for reminding me.
Anything else?
Actually, I did, a little while ago, I think I missed the meeting, talked a little bit about the crosswalk at the school.
Yeah.
What do we ever end up deciding around how we're gonna look at that? Because the state, I think, was pointing at the school was pointing at us, like, did we ever figure out what we're doing around the flashing, whatever?
No.
We need to follow up with Steve at the state.
I will reach out to Armin, because I think he was the one talking to him. They won't pay outside there, but the school has to be willing to pay for it unless the town's willing to pay for it.
Right, but we're gonna talk to Steve
About
to
grants.
approach the traffic bureau, I believe, about possible grants.
All right.
So Steve said he would, we
I just
emailed
wanted to make sure we
him
don't forget about
and
it.
say, hey, we're just following up on a conversation we had at the DOT public hearing,
Yep.
that he will then tie in the appropriate person to approach.
It's one of those things where it feels like it's like everybody's seemingly waiting for somebody else to take the first step.
Right.
And we just, that's all, just, because it'd be perfect if between now and before next school year, we sort out whatever it is and
Yeah. Just one more thing. Do we have a timeline on the pipe replacement on Beach
No,
Street?
not yet.
Okay.
I'm waiting for the attorney about possible easements we might need to have, so.
All right.
he's busy.
I can't keep track of it all right now. Sorry.
All
But
right.
yeah, I will follow back up with him.
All right. Anything? All right.
No, I'm good.
Make a motion to adjourn. Or are we going into?
That's what I was waiting on. We don't have to go.
I got something real quick, actually.
Oh, your
Oh,
public.
yeah, sorry, public comment, yeah.
Is it possible we could bring the website up for a second, Christina?
Aw, yeah.
Shut off the TV.
The good news is
I
that
just wanted to kind of shout out the Community Events Committee, specifically Janice Snyder. If you take a look at their committee page on the website, she's been really active sending me stuff and getting me to do stuff for her. And it looks really good. Obviously, it's a pretty like public-facing committee. They're doing things that people come out to do and want to know about. But I've also had people contact me directly through the Facebook page with questions about community events. And I've found that people are looking at that part of the website. And I just wanted to encourage anybody who's involved in any other committee to maybe think about using the website more for committee stuff. We went through a little bit of heartache with the new website, and I've got it pretty much figured out. And Janice has done a really good job of having like a tiny bit of a vision for her committee and then making it happen, working with me.
I went to the, sorry.
And also you'll see once we get it up there, there's just a tiny bit of imagery on there, so it's not quite so much dry text and menus. And when we have something that looks like that, it makes more sense to funnel our Facebook posts towards the website.
Yeah.
And so in the process of looking at all this stuff, I looked at the analytics on our Facebook page, and on a random Tuesday in May, when we're ramping up for all these summer events and stuff, our Facebook page might get 6,000 views. And that's not an anomaly, that's once or twice a week sometimes. So if we have information that we want to disseminate, and we can build a page that looks like this, if you look at the menu items on the side, everything that's happening throughout the summer is already there. And there's links to, forms, sign-up sheets, volunteer opportunities, everything's there, and she's got imagery to go with it. So, I know like the Energy Committee has stuff that's going on, and Paul sends me stuff for the Buzz, which is great. And there's a lot of other stuff like that that I don't necessarily know about, but if I do, I'd be happy to work with the chair of whatever committee to make this happen for him, and I can help with imagery and stuff too, so.
That's awesome, Kate. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
So we reached out to Janice on the fireworks committee to ask her what she would charge to market the fireworks, because we just don't have time.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for a quote. So,
Which brings me up to another point. She's the one who organized the thing last weekend, right?
yeah, I think.
Block party.
The
majority
block
of it,
party?
Yeah, the big love.
So kudos to
Oh,
her for
yeah,
that. I talked to her in the morning, but I've been hearing so many great things. I took a walk around.
Yeah.
Just, the community spirit is really great, and it's much appreciated. She did a lot of work on that.
Yeah, she did a really good job.
Yeah. So thank you to Janice. Yep. All right.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you all.
Thank you.